leads athlete support personnel such as coaches, parents, sports dietitians, sports nutritionists, sports scientists, and other allied professionals have also benefited with the experience and knowledge obtained from us. Our vision is to provide the highest quality, evidence-based sports nutrition practices, education, and services. To achieve that, we stand still with our 3E mission.
Engage. Empower. Excellence. The 3E mission drives the company's direction with an array of nutritional services.
We provide body composition assessment, weight management, dietary assessment, personalized menu planning, yearly periodization planning, and training observation for the athletes. We want to make sure that our services are specifically individualized based on the needs.
Education is simply the soul of a society as it passes from one generation to another. The Sports Nutrition Academy serves as a resource hub educating those who are interested in further enhancing their athletic performance through nutrition.
We conducted a series of physical seminars, webinars, and workshops spreading sports nutrition information, including pre, during, post-training diet, hydration tips, supplements, and doping, etc.
But today, the Sports Nutrition Academy has raised their game by digitizing education, producing sports nutrition courses that are certified by American Council on Exercise, the National Academy of Sports Medicine, and Athletics and Fitness Association of America.
This is considered our big milestone as currently we are the first provider of a structured and online sports nutrition course. We believe that everyone deserves the resource to improve in fitness, not only limiting them to elite athletes, coaches or sports nutritionists, hence recreational hobbyists, enthusiasts, parents, young athletes are welcome to get our education or service too.
Everyone can be their own champion. Every champion has their own secret to success. But of course, no one is born a champion. Champions are built and nurtured.
이게 뭐지? 혹시 휴대?
Good evening, everyone. Welcome to our fourth expert series in 2025, and thank you for joining us today. I'm Paula, your moderator for today's session. While we are still waiting for the other participant to join us, I would like to take this opportunity to introduce you what's new in our expert series in 2025. So this year, we are very excited to bring you a new series of expert series with a lineup of 11 insightful sessions, each designed to tackle all the key sport nutrition topics. And the best part of our expert series 2025 is that each session is just a 30-minute bite size of webinar, which is perfect fitting into your coffee break or just a quick learning session in your busy day. And what makes this year's series even more special is that we are bringing in expert coaches from different sports to share their insights. This means you'll get a sport-specific strategies tailored to the unique demand of different sports. And we'll be also covering the other essential topics like nutrition for Ramadan, menstrual health for female athletes, and like today, we are talking about gut health. And this year, our expert series sessions are designed to be more practical, engaging, and immediately applicable to our audience. So be sure to join us. This time, I would also like to share what we have in our snack. To stay updated with all our latest expert series, don't forget to subscribe to our newsletter by scanning the QR code here. And the next thing is our snack membership. For just 89 ringgit per year, you'll gain a full access to our exclusive lineup of 11 expert series, just like the one you're experiencing today, and the on-demand access to our last year expert series that you can catch up at any time. But that's not all. You'll also enjoy our exclusive discount and receive our merchandise, which are valued at over 300 ringgit. Think of it as your first step towards elevating your sport and health performance to a new height. And if you are ready to take a plunge, Scan the QR code here to learn more and join our snack community today. Once again, welcome everyone. Welcome everyone for joining us in our fourth expert series in 2025. The power of balance in gut and brain wellness in conjunction with the World Digestive Health Day, which is celebrated on 29th May every year. Before we start, let me have a quick survey on who are the one that joining us today. Are you an athlete, parent, coach, sports science, medical team, other health profession, or none of the above? If you're none of the above, don't feel shy to share which are you, who are you and where you're from in the chat box. And the second question is related to our topic today. Which of the following are the live microorganisms that will provide health benefits when taken in sufficient amount? Oh, I can see. All right. Most of our participants today are the athlete, followed by other health professionals. And then we do have some is from sports science and medical team. And we also have none of the above. Maybe the other health professionals and also none of the above. If you could share who are you and where you are from, that will be very great. And talking to the topics today, most of you guys choose probiotic are the live microorganism that can provide health benefits when taken in sufficient amounts. I do see some people choose antibiotic, but I don't know which one and which answer is correct and which answer is wrong, but later our speaker today will tell you. Yes, that's it for the poll. Thank you so much for answering the poll. Yes, all right. And today, we are very honored to have Ms. Rewadi, who is a passionate dietitian and public relation and service science leader specializing in gut health education. With her expertise in nutrition counseling, digital marketing, and food service management, Ms. Rewadi play a key role at Yakult Malaysia. She promotes the wellness through community outreach, public education, and science communication. I bet all of you are wondering how balancing your gut microbiota, your diet, your mind, and your lifestyle can profoundly impact your physical and mental health. No worry, join us for this insightful session as our speaker, Ms. Ray, will take you into the fascinating world of the gut-brain connection for a healthier and a happier life. But before we begin, just a quick reminder, please stay muted throughout the session. And if you have any other questions, drop them in the chat box and we'll be addressing them as much as possible during the Q&A in the end. Without further ado, let's welcome our speaker, Ms. Rewadi from Yakult Malaysia.
Thank you to our moderator. Very good evening to everyone. Okay, I think let's just get on to it, all right? So let me just share my screen. All right, we ready to go?
Yes.
Okay, all right. Thank you very much for tuning in with our expert series this evening. Okay, my name is Rewadi and I represent Yakult Malaysia at the PR and Science Department. All right, and I also would like to wish everyone a happy World Gut Health Day. Okay, it's very important for you to take care of your gut, and I'm here today to navigate with you the power of balance in gut, brain, and wellness. All right, so let's look at our keyword today. Striking a balance. Okay, this is our keyword, everyone. Balance. So we are looking at 4 areas that require balance. Okay, there are some balancing work for us to do. So let's dive into each and every one of it. And yeah, let's go. All right. So let's first start with the gut. Okay, let's just recap it it'll be a little bit of science class here tonight. Okay, so let's look back at our gut. Okay, our gut, we have our small intestine, okay, for absorption of our nutrients. We also have the large intestine, that is where we are solidifying waste, and the rest will go to the toilet, okay, in a simple way. So this is actually a place of that has hundreds of trillions of bacteria. So now the first message that I would like to deliver to everyone, the balance, is to our gut microbiota. Okay, so the gut microbiota is actually a group of bacteria that is existing naturally in our gut. Everybody has their own gut bacteria, including myself and all of you. Okay? Everybody's gut microbiota is unique, and it is something that we have to take care, even though it is something that we can't see. Okay, so in these 100 trillions of bacteria, now when we talk about balance, this is where the catch is. Usually, balance we would think of equal, isn't it? Okay, but for gut microbiota, a balanced gut actually means having more good bacteria than the bad ones. So why do we need this good bacteria? If we look at their role in our gut, they actually help us with digestion. They help us with the enhancement of our nutrient absorption, and some are responsible in the production of B vitamins. In opposite to our bad bacteria, they are called bad bacteria for a reason. Okay, so bad bacteria are usually responsible for those producing toxins that may cause diseases. So this is why we need the good bacteria more than the bad bacteria for a balanced gut microbiota. Otherwise, your body will tell you if it's not in balance. Okay? The easiest way to know that your gut microbiota is not in balance is by actually checking your toilet habits. So this is something that everybody can do, and you don't have to tell anyone. It's just your secret and your very own secret. So when you go to the toilet and you notice a nice, soft and firm shape that is usually shaped like a sausage, that means you're in the right track. Otherwise, these two changes like being too watery or too hard, firm, sometimes painful, defecation, it means that there might be an imbalance in your gut microbiota. So other symptoms also includes abdominal discomfort, sometimes coming from gassy, bloaty feelings, feeling fatigue, and in the long run, there might be a weak immune system showing as a gut microbiota imbalance. Okay, so that is our first message for today. We're starting from the gut. Okay, so now when we look at the gut, actually, there is also a connection to the mind. So the second message is to balance your mind. I'm sure every one of you may have a gut feeling at some point in your life. Okay? It's some sort of like an instinct. You just have this feeling, okay, something's not right, something's not good, to follow your heart, something like that. All right. So if you ever had a gut feeling, actually, it's not just something in your head. This gut feeling that you are feeling, it actually means that your brain is actually talking to your gut. Your gut and brain, they talk to each other in this connection that we call gut-brain connection. So remember the gut microbiota. So this gut microbiota is responsible in the role of our gut-brain connection. Okay, this two-way communication between your digestive system and the brain. So I want you to imagine like the brain and the gut, they are actually best friends, they're besties. There is a network of nerves that connect the brain and the gut to send signals to each other, like two friends that is gossiping on WhatsApp. Just that they don't have WhatsApp. Okay, their form of network is actually called the enteric nervous system. Okay, so this gut microbiota, they connect to neurotransmitters in the system to send signals to the brain, which influences your feelings and emotions. So in fact, most of these signals actually are coming from the gut instead of receiving from the brain. So this is why we can call that the gut is our second brain. And there are many neurotransmitters that are produced by gut cells or gut microbiota. So this is where we can put into perspective. Sometimes when you have a bite of your comfort food, you get a little happier with each bite. Or when you feel stressed, you might get physical symptoms. You feel a little bloaty, or you feel like it's difficult for you for a few days to go to the toilet. So these are actually some signs that your brain and gut are actually talking to each other. Now, besides all these feelings, for your information, interestingly, there are many functions that your gut-brain connection affect. From being hungry and full so that you know when to eat and when to stop eating, having a comfort food, digestion, your mood, even helping your brain to think, learn, and remember and solve problems better. Now, since 80% of our gut actually is home to a lot of immune cells. So there is also a link to immunity between the gut and brain connection. And it fights harmful microbes and lower inflammation in this case. And so remember to balance your mind also. Besides that, that's our second message for today. All right. Now the third message, we are looking at diet. So when we are talking about a healthy lifestyle, we can never run away from eating well, isn't it? So many people have the misconception of a healthy diet. And some people, they have a clean eating, all sorts of fat diets that sometimes are not evidence-based, things that are circulating online that they are not sure of the sources. So to reconstruct our idea of a healthy diet, remember that the foods that you eat should be adequate to provide enough energy and nutrients for your body. And all these foods must be in a balance, coming from different types of food groups. And in each food group, it's very, very good to have a variety. Like today you eat fish, tomorrow you have beef or chicken. To have this variety, different types of food in each food group actually helps you gain multiple nutrients at a time. So rather than having the same type of food every day, having a variety and all these can give you multiple nutrients, and also you won't get bored every day eating the same meals. Okay, and the most important thing is that to consume it in moderation. Eating the right amount will help you maintain a desirable weight and also support your metabolic processes. And everybody's needs are not the same actually. So for example, for a normal sedentary person, the energy requirement might be lower than those of high performing athletes. So it's always good to refer to a trusted professional to help you plan a meal plan. All right. So I would say a general rule, when we want to talk about healthy diet, the Malaysian food pyramid is a very good place to start. Okay? The food pyramid can look a little intimidating. There's so many foods that you can enjoy, but the catch is that it is arranged in the quantities that you require for a balanced meal. So you can see there are many types of food. Some you have to take a lot, some in moderation, and some also in the least amount. So the easiest way that I would usually recommend to people is that sometimes all these foods, you can just visualize it using a plate. I'm sure everybody have seen this plate before. The pinggan sihat Malaysia, right? Pinggan suku-suku separuh. So this suku-suku separuh is the general rule of how you can arrange all the foods on your pyramid into a plate during your main meals. Okay, so I'm not really going to focus exactly in detail, but looking at the idea of in more moderate and also least, you can see that those of food groups in the bottom levels, those are the ones that you have to eat the most. So looking at your plate, the largest section, half of your plate should go for your fruits and vegetables. Now, looking at the context of gut health, fruits and vegetables are great sources of fibers. So for your information, here's a little secret. Your fruits and vegetables not only gives you the vitamins and minerals that your body needs, but it is packed with fibers. These fibers are nourishing for your good bacteria. They feed on this. That's why sometimes we can call it as prebiotic as well. So if you look closer into the food pyramid, each item is actually displayed in their serving size. So you can pick any leafy green vegetable, for example, put half on your plate and also a slice of fruit to complement half of your plate. Now, when we look at moderation, in moderate, we have our level 2 and level 3, right? And so level 2, level 3, you can see that it goes in the quarter, suku. Looking at the first suku, first quarter, it is reserved for our rice, our noodles, cereals. So these are good sources of energy to fuel your day. And of course, you won't be eating plain rice, isn't it? So you have to add some dishes to increase our palatability for the meal as well, and to have more satiety to it. And we are looking at the plate. That would be the fish, poultry, meat, and legumes. All these are good sources of protein to help with building the cells and also for your recovery. So that's the plate already. So another thing that we have to do now in the pyramid, you can see that there is a small glass of water right there at the bottom. It's reminding you to drink enough water. Okay, eat 6 to 8 glasses is fine, but a better tip would be to always bring a water bottle with you so that you know how much you are actually drinking and not to lose track of the glasses of water that you're drinking. All right. So another addition to your diet, what you can do is to boost your gut with probiotics. So earlier in the session, we have a small poll. Okay, the answer, mostly I see everyone answered probiotic. Very good. Okay, so probiotics are indirectly, you are consuming good bacteria to add to your gut microbiota so that it becomes a balanced gut microbiota. So probiotics can sound like, oh, what is probiotics? In other words, they are actually live microorganisms, live bacteria. But the catch is that you have to consume it in sufficient amounts for it to provide you the health benefit. So there are many types of probiotics that are available for your choices. So here I'm showing you our nice and cute bottle of Yakult. So we have two types of Yakult here. We have Yakult Ace and Yakult Ace Light. So a good way to know that you are taking good sources, reliable sources of probiotics in food form is to check for the type of strain that is available in the food item. Okay, so for example, if we are looking closer at the Yakult bottles, you can see that there are pictures of our lactic-acid, Bacillus paracasei shirota, the blue color circle. Okay, so that is a depiction of our good bacteria contained in each bottle, 30 billion of it at least. So another thing is to consider is that these strains should be well researched to be claimed that it is giving all the health benefits. Okay, and it must be in the Food Act, where you can see Regulation 26A. There are a list of strains available that is allowed and approved by the Food Act. So to claim that, it can provide to boost your gut function or digestive functions. All right. So let's have a look at our last message for today. So recap again, just now we talked about gut microbiota, and then we talk about our mind, we talk about diet, and one thing we have to remember as well, don't forget to balance your lifestyle. Lifestyle plays an important role as well. Okay, even small to big changes, it may make a difference. Like making an effort to find a physical activity that you enjoy doing yourself or doing with your friends at least 30 minutes a day. It's equally important as well, everyone. Okay, everybody has their very own stresses and things to stress about and different coping mechanisms. It's good to have your own personalized stress relief plan. You know, some people, they like to go karaoke, or some people, they like to run off their stress. It depends on you, as long as it works for you, because it's very important. A happy you equals to a happier gut. Okay, and other things that you can do to balance your lifestyle is to get restful sleeps, something that we usually take for granted, and also make the effort to quit smoking. Have the awareness to quit smoking, that for a stronger gut. So before we end, okay, so speaking of the free Yakult, I see in the chat just now somebody asked, can we get a free Yakult? All right, so here I am showing you our factory, our one and only factory, Yakult factory in Seremban Negeri Sembilan. So the Yakult that you see in the stores that you have been drinking, okay, all of these are actually locally made in our one and only factory in Seremban Negeri Sembilan. And the good news is that we welcome everyone to come and visit for free. All you have to do is just book a slot at any time and date that you prefer. And then our tour guide, our friendly tour guide, will contact you to confirm your slot and just come on the day. We'll take you on a nice tour to our production center, to our production, to see all the tanks that we keep the bacteria, how we fill into the bottle, how the bottle is made, packaging and everything. And of course, we will give you free Yakult as a lah datang rumah kan, so we have to belanja minum lah or something like that. Okay, so that's all from me tonight. Okay, thank you so much for your wonderful time together. Let's open the floor for some Q&A.
That was an insightful session. Thank you, Miss Rewadi. And yes, I would like to share our experience on the visitation to Yakult Factory as well. We visited to Yakult Factory in March, if I remember correctly. It was very nice. We can see how Yakult they culture the bacteria, and then until they put the Yakult into the bottle. It's very nice. And we also get our free Yakult from them. It's very nice. So if you're interested to have a visit on to their factory, feel free to reach out to them. It's a very worth and very insightful session with them. All right, so now we would also, after hearing the session from Miss Radi as well, we would like to hear from our audience. If you have any question regarding your gut health, or you want to ask about how is the session, how is the experience going to visit their factory, feel free to drop them in the chat box, and we'll be addressing them as much as possible. Is there any question? Okay, I have one question. So talking about Yakult, right, Miss Radi? So
Yes.
actually, how many bottle we can drink in a day? Because I have one sister which is only 13 years old. She like Yakult, and then she want to drink Yakult every day. But then my mom's like kind of not allowing her to drink because she said it's too much of sugar. So actually, how many bottles we can drink? And some people like my mom always thinks like the Yakult are very sugary. Can you clarify how it benefits again the concern?
Okay, that's a very good question, and also one of our FAQs. As a general rule, 1 to 2 bottles is actually already enough for each of us from age 1 above until elderly. Okay, so 1 to 2 bottles, and if some of you might be concerned about the sugar content, okay, in Yakult Ace, the red packaging, right? So that contains about at least 2 teaspoons of sugar. And for Yakult Ace Light, the less sugar version contains about at least around roughly 1 teaspoon of sugar. So if you are concerned with that, it's always a wise choice to get the less sugar version if it fits your lifestyle. Now, the question whether sugar is really needed in probiotic drinks? Okay, so we look back into the science of fermentation. Okay, science of fermentation. Yakult is actually a fermented drink, fermented milk, cultured milk. Okay, cultured milk. So when we are using live bacteria, we have to remember that they are alive. They are like humans. Humans have to find food to eat. So for bacteria, it's more or less the same idea, and their source of food are usually from carbohydrates. So in this case, that's the sugar in the Yakult. So the presence of sugar there is important to keep it alive during the shelf life. Because why? Because we want the good bacteria to be alive in the bottle and also alive through your digestive tract to reach your intestines alive. So that's the reason why there is sugar content in the Yakult. So habitual intake of 1 to 2 bottles will be fine, as long as you keep it within the range. It will be no problem actually, in my opinion.
I see. I remember what you mentioned just now. Moderate is also a key to our healthy
Yes,
diet. So moderate in drinking Yakult also good for our gut health, kan?
Yes.
And then we have another question in the chat box. So we know we can drink 1 to 2 bottles of Yakult per day, but when is the best time to consume Yakult? Is there any
Okay.
difference in
Yes,
nighttime
first
and
of-
morning?
Oh, okay, nighttime and morning. Okay, first of all, sometimes this question stems from the misconception of it's like medicine, you know. You have to eat before meal, after meal, or with meal, or at night, in the morning. And actually, remember Yakult is just like your any other foods, and so you can just consume it at any convenient time if you prefer. So for me personally, I like to have it with my meals because it makes me remember to take Yakult that day. But if you prefer to have it like a mid-afternoon snack for your evening, also no problem, as long as you can consume it 1 to 2 bottles a day at a convenient time. Anytime is fine.
I see. It's like pairing it with the normal meal so that we won't forget to take the good probiotic into our gut.
Yes.
Okay, and then we also got another question. It's not related to Yakult, but it's like related to other question about the gut health. Because recently we heard about some of the influencers that talk about gut health, and when they talk about gut health, it's more like the kombucha, the celery juice, or like the bone broth. Is that actually helpful for our gut?
Okay, so
Mm.
in my context, we are talking about probiotics, isn't it? So if we look at, let's say, kombucha is also one of an example of fermented foods. Okay, as for celery juice and what bone broth, I can't really clarify that, because if to think nutrition wise, and celery juice, it has your fibers, but probably reduced to a certain extent because it's already physically modified, isn't it? And the bone broth, um, I could not clarify on that in that sense. So besides kombucha, sometimes I see there are other choices of naturally fermented foods as well. Kimchi is also a fermented food. Our local tapai also has a certain amount of bacteria used for the fermentation. So these are some of the other examples that we can get.
I see. Okay, then I saw another question. We back to Yakult a little bit. So just now we talk about how many bottle we can drink and when is the best time. So here we have another question. There's some Yakult drinks that mix with like bubble tea or smoothie. Is it recommended? Does it still have the benefits?
Okay. Actually, we do have a recipe book
Oh,
to incorporate Yakult into all sorts of recipes. And the main rule is that to make sure that you control it in the right temperature. Yes, because the bacteria is heat sensitive. So the recipes that would be suitable is usually room temperature or a chill temperature. That would be best. So let's say you are mixing it with bubble tea or a fruit smoothie, no problem actually. It will be a different way to consume it, a more creative way to consume it. For me, sometimes we meet customers and they would say, oh yeah, I like to blend Yakult with mango, I'll mix it with ice, and yeah, it would help them to consume it in a creative way.
I see. All
Yes.
right. When can we get the recipe as well? Because
Oh,
I'm
the
really
recipe.
interested. Yeah.
Yeah, stay tuned in our social media. Sometimes we post, usually during festive seasons, there will be a lot of
Oh,
recipe coming up.
all right. So people, wait, what? Later you can go and follow their Instagram. I will also want to follow. Then I can get many
Yes.
recipes as well. And then just now we talk about the temperature to keep the probiotic alive, kan? And then we
Yes.
have another question. How long is expired date for the Yakult?
Okay.
Any
Then
expiry date?
the expiry date, it can be found at the packaging of our Yakult product. It is the date that we stamp there is about 45 days of after manufacture. After manufacture, we do not contain preservatives, so the shelf life is usually roughly about 1 month.
I see. And then what if already an acid that expired date, can I still consume it? Does it affect my health?
If you have consumed it beyond the expiry date, you might realize that the taste is a little different than a fresh Yakult. Okay,
Ah,
taste sour lah because of the
ah,
fermentation already, more lactic acid in the product. But it's safe as a rule of thumb. If it's expired, it's best not to consume. It's best not to consume.
I see. Okay, then we have another two questions. One is how long the Yakult can store in room temperature?
Okay, for the duration of Yakult to be stored in room temperature, we recommend it to be 4 to 8 hours in room temperature. This is the holding time that we recommend for it to still be able to deliver the benefits of probiotics.
Okay,
Okay.
sure. Then we have the last question, but I think it's like almost the same with the previous one, but yeah, we can try to answer that. May I know how long the good bacteria from the Yakult drinks can last?
for the viable bacteria, isn't it? How long the good
Mm-hmm.
bacteria from Yakult drinks can last. Okay, for the we go back to the shelf life just now. Okay, we
Mm-hmm.
go back to the shelf life just now. So
Got it.
in within the shelf life, we would say that the probiotics contained in the Yakult drinks is within the 30 billion amount that is able to enter your intestines alive. Okay, so it will be as long as the shelf life. Okay, if let's say you are consuming it beyond the shelf life, it is not recommended for your safety, but at the same time, scientifically, the number of bacteria will also be reducing already. We won't really guarantee that there will be 30 billion entering your gut.
I see. All right. I think we still have a lot of questions, but however, we're running out of time. So, dear participants, if you have any other question, you can just email us to our email at snack.my@gmail.com, or even just reach us out at our social media at snack.my. So, at the same time, our feedback form will also be posted in the chat box. Please share us your feedback regarding today's expert series. And once again, I would like to say 1,000 thanks to Miss Ray for your time and sharing today. I really learned a lot. And I also like how you share we can go and visit the Yakult factory and claim our free Yakult. And other than this, I'm sure each of us have also gained valuable knowledge, including how our gut health is connected with our brain for a better and a healthier life, as well as how to maintain a good and balanced gut microbiota, which it is the foundation for our good gut health. And lastly, the 4 tips to get a stronger gut. And if you enjoyed our session today, there's more for you. Curious about how nutrition impacts not just the performance, but also the overall gut health in athletes? Or maybe you're wondering how young players can support their digestion and immunity while fueling for sport. We got you covered. Don't miss our free expert series for more valuable insights, and check out our level 2 online course, which is now available at a special price of just 28 ringgit, and it's originally was 70 ringgit. It's a great deal packed with practical strategies to help athletes who have sensitive gut to take care of their gut while performing at their best. Find out all the details on our website. Go and take a look. And that's not all. Our Expert Series 2025 still continue. Did you know Olympic Day is a global celebration of sport and getting active, which take place on 23rd June every year. So, in conjunction with Olympic Day next month, we're shining a light on a group of athletes who often don't get the attention which they deserve, which is para-athletes. While the spotlight usually falls on the usual athlete, this time we're focusing on the inspiring story, challenges, and nutrition needs for the para-athletes. It's a session you wouldn't want to miss, which the one that can broaden our understanding on athletic performance, resilience, and inclusivity in sport. Stay tuned for more details and date on our social media and website. See you there. Furthermore, stay connected with us on our social media like Instagram, Facebook, or even our WhatsApp community. Take a screenshot so that you won't miss out our latest updates. And on our social media, besides sharing the practical tips to boost sport performance among the athletes or active individual, we do also share some useful nutrition tips to improve health and wellness for the general population, including our latest series on Instagram, Spatial Diets and Needs series. In our first episode, we talk about gluten-free, and many other episodes are coming in as well. So whether you are chasing podiums or just aiming to feel your best, there's always something for you. And stay tuned for more series and episode coming in. Once again, thank you so much for participating in our expert series today. Don't forget to give us your sincere feedback. That would really help us to improve our future event. And as we wrap up this expert series, I want to give some reminder. Gut health plays a crucial role in overall performance, recovery, and well-being, whether you are competing for a sport or just focusing on your everyday health. Once again, thank you everyone for joining today's session. See you all in the next session and have a good week ahead. Thank you and good night. Thank you, Miss Ray.
Thank you.
So whoever joined our session today, if you want to claim your free Yakult, go and visit them. That's it from me. Thank you. Have a good rest, everyone.